1. The Last of Us. Picture this: a world where a mushroom decides it's done with ants and wants to upgrade to humans. The Last of Us gives us a nightmare where the Cordyceps fungus, yes, the real one that turns insects into zombie puppets, mutates and starts hijacking human brains. One bite or a whiff of spores and you're done. Your body becomes a fungal Airbnb with mushrooms sprouting out of your head like a grotesque garden. It's not just gross, it's terrifyingly plausible. In the real world, Cordyceps already mind controls ants, so this feels like nature's next big prank. The show nails the collapse of society. Quarantine zones pop up, ruled by trigger-happy military types who'd rather shoot than talk. Outside, you've got ragtag communities. Some are scrappy survivors, others are straight-up cannibals. It's humanity at its grittiest, showing the best and worst of us when the world goes to hell. You've got Joel and Ellie dodging infected while debating whether to trust each other or just steal the other's canned beans. It's a masterclass in storytelling with stakes so high you'll forget to blink. Moral of the story: maybe don't sniff weird mushrooms. Now let's pivot to the Matrix, where the apocalypse is so sneaky most people don't even know it's happened. Imagine waking up to find out your entire life, your job, your Tinder dates, your obsession with cat videos is a lie. You're actually a battery for AI overlords, hooked up to a simulation while machines farm you like a human Duracell. The real world: a scorched wasteland where machines rule and humans are grown in creepy pods. Talk about a bad Monday. The story follows Neo, a hacker who learns the truth and becomes the One. Basically the chosen one with kung fu skills and a knack for dodging bullets in slow-mo. The free humans hide in a place called Zion, fighting a losing war against machines. This apocalypse is pure tech horror. AI wins, and humanity's too busy living fake lives to notice. The film's visuals, green digital rain, leather-clad fights are iconic, and it's got enough philosophy to make your brain hurt. Are we in a simulation right now? I'm not saying we are, but my coffee machines have been acting shady lately. This one's a sci-fi classic that'll have you questioning reality itself. 3. Fallout. Next up. Fallout, where the world's gone full. Mad Max with a 1950s twist. After a global nuclear war thanks USA, China, and Russia, the planet's a radioactive sandbox. The Great War, sparked by resource shortages, turned cities into rubble and left behind radiation that mutates everything. Think super mutants who look like the Hulk's angrier cousins and death claws that make T-Rexes seem cuddly. You're scavenging for bottle caps while dodging these nightmares. Society's a mess with survivors clinging to scraps of the old world. Some build shanty towns, others join weird factions like the Brotherhood of Steel, who are basically knights with power armor. The Fallout games let you explore this wasteland, making tough calls like whether to save a town or trade them for a shiny gun. It's a love letter to human resilience, showing how we rebuild even when the world's a glowing dumpster fire. Pro tip: if you see a glowing green puddle, don't drink it. 4. Paradise. Welcome to paradise, where the apocalypse is a double whammy of natural disasters and human stupidity. A megavolcano under Antarctica erupts, melting the ice and sending tsunamis to drown coastal cities. As if that's not enough, a nuclear war breaks out, because apparently we can't resist pressing the big red button. The result: a planet that's basically Mother Nature's revenge tour. The story follows a group of survivors in an eco-city buried under mountains designed to be humanity's last hope. But plot twist: the city's falling apart, forcing everyone to confront their values. Do you share the last can of soup or hoard it like a dragon? The title Paradise is a sarcastic jab at our obsession with perfect past and futures while we fumble the present. It's a gripping tale of survival, trust, and the human knack for screwing up even the best laid plans. If this happens, I'm moving to Mars. Elon, you got room? 5. A Quiet Place. A quiet place is the apocalypse where silence is your only friend. Blind alien creatures with bat-like hearing crash land on Earth via meteors, and they're not here to chat. Make a peep, and they'll shred you faster than you can say oops. Survivors live like ninjas, tiptoeing on sand paths, signing to communicate and soundproofing everything. Imagine trying to sneeze, or worse, raise a baby in this world. Yeah, good luck with that diaper change. Society collapses in days because tanks and guns are useless against these armored speed demons. The film's tension is unreal. Every creak or whisper could be your last. It's a masterclass in suspense, showing how humans adapt under insane pressure. You'll be holding your breath the whole time, wondering if you could survive a world where even a burp is a death sentence. Me, I'd trip over a twig in 5 seconds flat. 6. The day after tomorrow says, forget global warming. How about global freezing? Superstorms triggered by climate change plunge the northern hemisphere into an ice age overnight. Temperatures drop so fast, people freeze solid mid-sprint like popsicles with bad life choices. It's a warning about ignoring science wrapped in blockbuster special effects. The story follows a climatologist racing to save his son, who's trapped in a New York library with friends burning books to stay warm. Talk about a plot twist for librarians. Society crumbles as governments flail and survivors face blizzards and starvation. The visuals, skyscrapers encased in ice tornadoes, shredding LA, are jaw-dropping, and the message hits hard: mess with the planet and it'll mess you up. I'm stocking up on blankets after this one. 7. 12 Monkeys. 12 Monkeys takes the pandemic apocalypse and adds a twisty time travel plot. A virus wipes out 5 billion people, forcing survivors underground. It's airborne, unstoppable, and oh, it's a bioweapon because humans can't stop playing with fire. The story follows a convict sent back in time to stop the outbreak, but here's the kicker: he might be causing it. Talk about a resume fail. Society's a paranoid wreck with everyone living in bunkers and grasping at hope through time travel tech. The film's a mind-bending loop of fate, questioning whether we can change the future or if we're doomed to repeat our dumbest mistakes. It's dark, cerebral, and a reminder that maybe we shouldn't trust shady labs. I'm looking at you sketchy biotech startups. 8. This is the End. This is the End as the apocalypse, as a buddy comedy with real celebrities playing exaggerated versions of themselves. Sinkholes to hell demons, and the rapture hit Hollywood, and suddenly Seth Rogen's mansion isn't such a great hideout. It's a biblical end of days with a twist: you've got to be selfless to get to heaven. Spoiler, most of these guys are not selfless. The humor comes from watching pampered stars bicker over the last Snickers bar while dodging literal hellfire. It's a hilarious jab at celebrity culture and apocalypse tropes with a side of moral growth. By the end, you're laughing and weirdly inspired to be a better person. If the rapture comes, I'm hiding with Danny McBride. He's got survival vibes. 9. Snowpiercer. Snowpiercer is what happens when climate fixes go horribly wrong. Scientists try to stop global warming, but oops, they freeze the planet instead. The only survivors live on a train that never stops circling a frozen Earth. The catch: it's a rolling caste system. The rich sip champagne up front while the poor eat mystery sludge in the back. Sounds like my last flight, honestly. The story follows a rebellion from the tails section led by a fed-up Chris Evans. It's a brutal look at inequality with the train as a microcosm of society. The visuals, grimy tail cars to lush front gardens, are stunning, and the themes of revolution and sacrifice hit hard. This one's a reminder, even in an apocalypse, the 1% are still living better than you. Rude. 10. Silo. Silo traps humanity in massive underground bunkers after the surface becomes a toxic wasteland. Maybe from nukes, maybe from pollution, who knows? The details are murky, which makes it creepier. Inside, society's a tightly controlled dystopia with rules to keep everyone in line. Ask too many questions and you're sent outside, where no one survives. The story follows rebels who start digging into the silo's secrets, risking everything for the truth. It's a slow-burn thriller about control, curiosity, and the human need to know what's out there. The claustrophobic setting and rigid hierarchy make you feel the weight of every choice. If I'm stuck in a silo, I'm smuggling a Game Boy for sanity. 11. The Crazies. The Crazies keeps it local but no less terrifying. A military plane crashes, leaking a bioweapon called Trixie into a small town's water supply. Suddenly, your neighbors are turning into deranged killers, not zombies, but smart enough to use weapons. The military's response? Lock down the town and wipe everyone out, infected or not. Yikes, talk about overkill. This one's scary because it feels real. The government's cold efficiency, the infected retaining bits of their old selves, it's psychological horror at its best. You're watching normal life unravel as friends become threats. It's not global chaos yet, but it's the moment before everything falls apart. I'm never drinking tap water again. Believe. The Hunger Games. The Hunger Games gives us Panem, a post-apocalyptic North America, where the capital exploits 12 poor districts and forces kids to fight to the death on live TV. It's not a natural disaster. It's a deliberate system to keep the masses down. The capital's got flying cars and glittery outfits, while the districts starve. Talk about income inequality. Katniss Everdeen goes from survivor to rebel, sparking a revolution through sheer stubbornness. The series digs into how oppression works, propaganda, fear, and spectacle, and how resistance starts with small acts of defiance. It's a moral apocalypse where society's already dead if it's cool with kid murder. I'd volunteer as tribute, but I trip over my own ego daily. 30. Mad Max. Mad Max is a post-apocalyptic Australia where oil and water wars plus some nukes turn the world into a desert punk playground. The first film shows society fraying. By Fury Road, it's all chrome-plated war rigs and warlords hoarding resources. Fuel, water, and bullets are money now, and if you're not moving, you're dead. George Miller's visual storytelling, rusted cars, spiked armor, flame-throwing guitars is genius. The world feels lived in with tribes and tyrants fighting over scraps. Fury Road shows how despots like Immortan Joe control water to rule desperate masses. It's chaotic, gorgeous, and a reminder that mobility is life in a wasteland. I'm getting a motorcycle license just in case. 14. The Road. The Road is the apocalypse that makes you want to hug a puppy and cry. An unspecified disaster. Maybe a comet, maybe nukes covers the world and ash kills plants and animals and turns survivors into cannibals. It's gray, cold, and hopeless with constant ashfall, making every breath a chore. The story follows a father and son trudging through this nightmare, clinging to their humanity. It's a gut-punch look at what happens when survival trumps ethics, except for these two who choose compassion over savagery. The film's stark visuals and quiet moments hit harder than any explosion. I'm stocking up on canned peaches in therapy sessions. 15. Melancholia. Melancholia is the apocalypse as an art house fever dream. A rogue planet is on a collision course with Earth, and there's no Bruce Willis to save us. It's pure cosmic inevitability. No heroics, just acceptance. The story zooms in on two sisters. One's a depressed mess who finds peace in doom, while the other unravels as her perfect life crumbles. Unlike most disaster flicks, this one's intimate, ignoring society to focus on personal struggles. It's a haunting look at how we face the end, some with calm, others with panic. The visuals are stunning and the message is oddly comforting. Maybe embracing the end is braver than fighting it. I'm Team Justine. Give me a glass of wine and let's watch the sky fall. 16. Children of Men. Children of Men hits with a unique apocalypse. No one's been born for 18 years. Humanity's infertile and the world's falling apart, not with a bang, but a whimper. Societies crumble as despair takes over. Schools are empty, governments turn fascist, and immigrants are scapegoated for everything. The story follows a burned-out guy tasked with protecting the first pregnant woman in decades. It's a race against time in a world that's given up. The film's gritty realism, long takes urban decay, makes every moment feel urgent. It's a brutal reminder that without a future, even the cushiest societies fall apart. I'm hugging every baby I see after this. 17. The Book of Eli. The Book of Eli is another nuclear wasteland where a war leaves the world barren and brutal. Survivors fight over scraps and society's just roving gangs and terrified towns. Eli, a lone wanderer, carries a book spoiler. It's a Bible that he believes can save humanity. He's like a post-apocalyptic librarian with a machete. The film mixes action with spirituality, exploring faith and knowledge as tools for rebuilding. The dusty visuals and Denzel Washington's gravitas sell the stakes. It's a story about hope when everything's gone, reminding us that ideas can outlast even the worst disasters. I'm hiding my Kindle in a bunker, just saying. 18. Bird Box. Bird Box is the apocalypse where seeing is believing and dying. Mysterious entities appear, and one glance drives you to violent insanity. Survivors navigate blindfolded, relying on sound and touch, which is as stressful as it sounds. Society collapses in hours as panic and mass suicides take over. The story follows a mom protecting her kids, dodging both entities and crazed humans who worship them. The unseen monsters are scarier because your brain fills in the blanks. It's a tense psychological ride about trust and survival with a side of maybe don't peek. I'm practicing my blindfold game as we speak. 19. Leave the World Behind. Leave the World Behind is the apocalypse as a slow burn mystery. Phones die, ships crash, animals go nuts, and sonic booms rattle nerves. Is it a cyber attack, aliens, gremlins? No one knows, and that's the point. It's how regular folks experience chaos, clueless, and panicking. Two families thrown together in a fancy vacation home, face-hoarding mistrust and social tensions. The film's strength is its realism. No hero saves the day, just people bickering over Wi-Fi. It's a sharp look at how we unravel without information and how crises expose our biases. I'm getting an old-school radio and a bunker ASAP, and there you have it, folks. 19 ways the world could end, from fungal freaks to cosmic collisions. Which apocalypse scares you the most? Would you survive The Last of Us or Snowpiercer? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's debate who'd outlast who. If you love this deep dive, give us a thumbs up, share with your doomsday prepper friends, and subscribe for more epic breakdowns. Until next time, stay safe, stock up on canned goods, and maybe don't trust that weird fungus in your backyard. Peace out.